Yeah. Responsibility is a gift and not a burden because of the basic nature of the human being. Um, and this comes back to our origin story. The origin story in the series that we're engaged in now, out of the Judeo-Christian ethic and Bible, it tells a story about a God who makes beings that are designed in the image of that same God. And the primary function of that God is that it is, or they are, or he is, a responsible agent. Establishes things in a perfect way, endows all things with a nature, and the nature of the human in the whole created order has this added particularity, this added special feature of a free will. And that distinguishes the human being from all of the rest of the creatures, because its nature and its existence is contingent on choosing properly for the sake of everything else. A dog doesn't have to do that. A whale doesn't have to do that. A whale's instincts will incline it to the right decision in harmony with everything else because it's been designed that way. And similarly, a tree or a squirrel or whatever else. But the human being has the freedom to act against what is good for its nature in a way that none of the other creatures do. And you don't have to believe in God in order to have that presented to you as a true dynamic in life. Your dog is reliably going to come to you for food, and it's reliably going to think you're wonderful, and it's reliably going to want time with you, and it can't help that. Your child is not going to be the same way. There are going to be differences because your child, as a human self, has a free will, or a will that it has say over, is what we mean by free there. People can get twisted up on the subject of free will, and so we'll just leave that part there. But when we think in those terms, against the backdrop of our distinction in all of the created order as human agents, and that distinction being that we have a will. We can act against our nature if we choose. We can act against nature in creation if we choose. Responsibility becomes a gift in that space because we have a sense of being made to take care of things. And everybody listening right now knows the difference between a day where they took care of nothing versus a day when they took care of something. And the jury's in. The latter of those two is intrinsically and ontologically fulfilling for us. And it's a hallmark of our nature. It's a way that our nature sings back to us and propels us forward. We're made for responsibility. And so if we're not undertaking responsibility, we're guaranteed not to be fulfilled. Okay? Against that backdrop, responsibility is one of the primary human gifts. It's one of the ways that we are most sustained in our fulfillment. The more we are responsible for, the more fulfilled we are, and the more free a person we are.